I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes for November 13th, 2025, with the correction that I just discussed to action item A on creating the TRC checklist.
We have a motion from Commissioner Prince. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second from Commissioner Bates. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, motion approved. Now on to our action items. We have a couple conditional use of permits for oversized structures. To process these, we'll enter a public hearing first. Then we'll turn some. Do you want time before that public hearing to present? Okay. Yeah, we'll do that first, present, and then enter the public hearing after that. So we'll turn some time over to staff for the conditional use permit to give us some information for Cody Benson for a 2,400 square foot structure located at 321 South, 5325 West.
All right, let me just pull up our packet real quick. All right, so we've reviewed this one for Cody Benson. As you see in your packet, 2,400 square foot shop with a peak height of 22 feet, 1.5 inches. Only utility was electricity, and it's an R2 zone. So I think that one gets 1,600 square foot max. So that's the difference, is going to 2,400 square foot. And we checked utilities. Nothing on the plat map. That's a recent subdivision, right, for Roston Ranch Phase 2. And so he's he's beyond his 5-foot requirement without the easements. So everything else looked good. Let me pull up, make sure the public can see before. Here we go. Back here. He submitted a site plan here. You can see his 8 feet called out on rear and side. You can see where the proposed building will go. And then here's a elevation look of what this one will look like. There's your typical pole barn that we're seeing a lot of. So you have any questions for us?
I do not. Thank you. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to enter a public hearing to receive public input on the request for an oversized structure for Cody Benson for oversized structure totaling 2,400 square feet located at 321 South, 5325 West.
I'll motion that we enter a public hearing.
Do we have a second?
Second.
A motion from Commissioner Prince, second from Commissioner Greener. And so now we are officially in a public hearing. Any residents that have questions or want to come forward and ask, you'll have 3 minutes. Please state your name and that you're a resident.
We're making a motion in a second, but not voting.
Sorry, skip that part. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. All right. So at this time, any residents that want to come forward at this time to express their concerns or support for this or any questions that they may have, feel free to do so. Please state your name and that you're a resident, and you'll have 3 minutes at that time. Looks like we don't have any public comment for this particular structure. So do we need a motion to go back to the? Okay. All right. Now we'd like to invite the applicant to come forward. Is there a representative for Cody Benson here? Yeah, just state your name.
Benson? He would be here, but he's on a plane on the way home. What can I answer for you? Or do you just want me to tell you, or what, 36 by 50 storage garage building? It'll be used to, put our enclosed trailer in that's 33 feet. We have, some stuff in the garage. I'd like to clean out and maybe move in there so it's not such a mess inside the garage. But pretty much it's just storage. Yeah. Yep, electricity, no water. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Any questions from the commission for the representative?
I'll just note, generally you do a motion to close the public hearing.
Sorry,
that's
kind of.
No, it's fine. I was late in the game there. That's my fault.
Yeah. We're just making all sorts of errors. Okay. I'll now entertain a motion to close the public hearing.
A motion, we bring back the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Okay, at this time, we will bring it back to planning commission for discussion and a motion on the request.
I think sorry, I don't never know if I'm on or off. I think everything looks okay. My only concern was what we talked about in the work meeting with those easements and just making sure we were where we needed to be if there were any utility easements there. And you said you verified that they're not, so I'm good with what we got.
We'll entertain a motion to approve the conditional use permit for the oversized structure.
I'll make a motion. We approve the conditional use permit for Cody Benson, oversized structure, 124 square feet at 3221 South, 5325 West.
I'll second.
We have a motion from Commissioner Greener and a second from Commissioner Prince. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. Okay, now we'll turn to our second conditional use permit for an oversized structure. We'll turn some time over to staff at this time for some information on this particular structure.
Really similar situation. This one's in an R1 zone, which would be allotted at 20 or 2,000 square foot maximum. This one's only 2,100 square feet, so it's to hover around 100 feet over. This one's marked at 22 feet, or let's see, 22 feet 3 7/8 inches. However, there's a feature on top that would add 3 feet. So we talked about that in work meeting. This one also just has power to it, no other utility. And then just so the public can see, you just flip through these slides so they can see what's in your packet too. They meet their setbacks, with, considerably 24-foot rear and a 30-foot side. There's a 10-foot easement on that rear, it looks like, and their structure was getting built by Beehive, but similar pole barn style. So there's what it'll look like. Do you have any questions for staff?
I do not. Okay, at this time, we'll ask a representative to come forward for Elizabeth Silva on the oversized structure that we may ask questions or present the structure they want to be built. Is there a representative here? Okay. All right, at this time, I'll entertain a motion to enter a public hearing for the public to give input on the request.
I'll motion that we move into a public hearing.
Second.
We have a motion from Commissioner Prince and a second from Commissioner Widdowson. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion passes. Okay. Is there any citizens? You can come forward at this time and express your concerns or input on the current request. Seeing no citizen comment, we'll now entertain a motion to close and move back to the regular planning commission meeting.
We'll make a motion that we pull back from public comment.
Second.
Motion from Commissioner Bates, second from Commissioner Widdowson to move back into the Public Planning Commission meeting or the Planning Commission meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. All right, now we will bring it back to Planning Commission to hear for a discussion on this structure and on a motion on the current request.
So as we discussed in the work meeting, I think we need to make sure we have clarification on the height of the structure. The application indicates that the height at the peak is 22 feet, 3 inches, 3 7/8 inches, I guess is what it is. And I looked up, it's cupola, at least that's how it says, that's how you pronounce that word. On later in the plans, it shows that that is an additional 3 feet. And so anything over 25 feet, if you're looking at our ordinances, we have to have a conditional use that is for height in addition to the oversized structure. And so we don't have anybody here, I guess, from the applicant side, but when we make that motion, I think we need to include that either they need to amend their application to show that the full height of that structure is actually the 25 feet, 3 7/8 inches, or they need to redraw their plans, which I don't think they're going to want to do to make it shorter to come underneath the 25 feet. I think we can just, is there an additional fee that has to be paid if it's for two different reasons, for oversized square footage and height? It's not, right? So, okay. So I think we could just ask that we make sure we clarify that that's actually going to be 25 feet, 3 7/8 inches at the height of that cupola. Okay.
And we want to make sure that the main structure is still just the 22 and 3 and
Yeah, 22, 3
3
and
and
7/8. Yep.
any other discussion? All right, I'll entertain a motion for the conditional use permit for the request for Elizabeth Silva for an oversized structure totaling 2,100 square feet located at 5517 South, 6800 West.
I'll motion that we approve the conditional use permit for the Silva Family Revocable Trust, Elizabeth Silva, located at 5517 South, 6800 West, with the condition that the height of the structure at the peak is 22 feet, 3 7/8 inches, 22 feet, 3 7/8 inches, with the cupola being an additional 3 feet. So the total height of that structure is going to be 25 feet, 3 7/8 inches,
Measured from grade.
measured from grade.
Second.
We have a motion from Commissioner Prince and a second from Commissioner Greener. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. All right, now we'll move into the final approval for Kimball Estates subdivision located at parcel number 09-077-0018 for MRK3 Group LLC. We'll turn some time over to staff for a presentation on this.
We got your plat here for visual. This one is gonna be called Kimball Estates. It's over there on 5900 west, right by the burnt church. The applicant already public heard this. You guys might recall, well, you will recall. There were a few, the surrounding property owners all came in and we individually met with them all, kind of post and worked out concerns. The most primary and pressing one was to the north. We needed a property boundary agreement, which has been provided and signed by the north property owner. So that property agreement's been agreed upon and the plat's been adjusted to reflect it. In terms of our checklist, we have all of the different items in there. Let me kind of run through them though. Here we go. So we have an approved land use application. They have their rezone already in place for this usage. It'll be our 0.75, these are 3/4 acre minimums. You'll see they all meet that and some exceed it. So there'll be big, there'll be some really nice lots in here. The plat has been provided and approved. I think we included a memo from Engineering and Public Works. The plat and the construction drawings have gone through the 4 review cycles, and we've met all the requirements for approval. We have the required affidavit signed. That's part of our new process. We came and signed those from the property owner and the developer. And then staff's made determination for final letters of approval. We have a conditional access permit from UDOT, a final letter from Hooper Irrigation and Hooper Water, and then the required will serves from all the other entities and plan approvals from them. We just got our final copy here of a printed plan that we'll store, and they made payment to Morgan for their application, so we'll move forward with the recommendation from staff for approval as well. And if you guys have any questions, I'm happy to do my best to kind of reflect what the TRC saw. Granted, I'm only one person from there, so.
Are there any land use separation issues at all that we need to be aware of
They did.
with those abutting properties?
They're providing a land use separation fence along the northern east boundary and the south boundary up to the church where the existing fence is, so. But still, this one's got a lot of farm around it still, so there will be separation between them all.
Okay.
Mhm.
Do we already have that, or do we need it, or?
They've put it on the plan set, so it's drawn out on the plan set.
Any other questions for staff? All right, I'll bring it to discussion and motion amongst planning commission. Oh,
I've got a question, just because something we talked about and a different one we were looking at. So, when we were talking about frontages, what was that thing, like, they can pick either side and their house can face any direction?
Yeah.
if there is a representative that would want to come forward and state from MRK3 group, that if we have any questions we can ask.
I'm Kyle Davis with Mark III Group. And we're excited about this. We've spent a lot of time and effort with Malcolm and with the neighbors and getting everything, all the approvals all done, getting our UDOT permit, working on the boundary line that's been there for who knows, for a long time. There's a fence there, so we had to work through all of that. So we spent a lot of time on this, and we were really excited about this. We're stoked to build up here in Hooper, and it's been good working with Malcolm and everybody in the city. It's been a process just to get everything the way that it needs to be and get all the approvals, except I'm glad that we're here and that we have all those approvals, and we're excited about it. So if there's anything that you guys that you have or questions that you have for me, I'm happy to answer them.
So I do have a question. It doesn't really have much to do with your approval on here. Are you guys going to be the builder of all these homes, or are they going to be different builders on each lot?
So as of right now, our plan is to develop the land and then sell the lots individually.
Individually?
Yep. One of my partners in Mark III Group is a single family home builder, and so he may keep a couple of them.
Sure.
Mac Builders, I don't know. Yeah, they build up here a bunch. And so he may keep a portion of them, but then we'll have them all individually up for sale with the option to use Mac Builders as their builder if they need a builder.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions for representative?
I don't have a question, but I'm excited to see something going in our R75 zone. I think this is our first subdivision and that's gone in with that. And it's nice to see a developer come in and respect the general plan and the way that was set out. I'm excited to see this go in, and I think there will be a lot of interest in it. So thank you.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, thank you.
I think it's awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Yep.
We'll now bring it back to the planning commission for discussion and motion.
I'd like to make a motion that we issue final approval for Kimball Estates subdivision located at parcel 09-077-0018 for Mark III or MRK3 Group LLC.
We have a motion from Commissioner Bates. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Second from Commissioner Whittison. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. Motion passes for final approval. At this time, we'll now enter our citizen comment portion of the meeting. Residents, you'll be provided 3 minutes to come forward and state any concerns or that you may have. Just note that we will not be able to take any action on any concerns or questions that you have. Seeing that we have no citizen comment, I'll entertain a motion to end the meeting.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
Oh.
We have a-
We're all in agreement.
We have a motion from Commissioner Greener and a second from Commissioner Whittison. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.